Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 330, I believe, or 329, but the time is currently 6:45. And before I left, I just thought to check up with you guys because, well, it is part of routine, but I guess also what I want to say this morning is that a lot of the times I have been thinking about my future, about this unpredictable future where I am rich or I am free, I am this and that, yada yada. Right? I always think myself to be successful or I have achieved something in my future self. Now, that is becomes a reality when my present has become somewhat aligned with my future vision. Meaning that if I'm doing something in the moment, in the present to make my future better, then it makes sense for me to think like that. Because as you guys may or may not know, whatever you choose to do in the present makes your future predictable. It is the present that changes the future, not your past, not what you think in your mind every single day, not when you think about what the future is like unconsciously. Because if you do nothing during the present days, then it's more likely that in the future, you're not going to be anybody. You're going to be a loser. You're going to be without people around you. You're going to be a loner. That's the fact. So, a lot of the times I used to have this big vision, have this big dream about the future. And sometimes now I look back and that's probably just me lying to myself. Lying to myself because the days that I don't do anything with my life, then it probably makes sense for me to think that my future will be not great. My future will be probably hopeless. So instead of spending so much mental energy thinking about the future, thinking about how great life is, we have to actually do something now. Because if we don't, then our future becomes predictable. We know exactly what will happen based on today, based on what you choose to do, based on how you think. You pretty much rewrite your future. So today, I really want to just stop thinking about what my future will be like and focus on the present more. Focus on exactly what I'm doing today that will make a change today. Not what I'm doing today that's going to make a change in the future because I can always and I can easily think about all the great things that will happen in life. But the truth is, we have to wake up and understand that it is the present that defines the future, not what we think, but rather what we do. So I'm gonna go to the gym now, and when I come back, I'm gonna just get right into my work block. I'll see you guys in a bit. So guys, the time is currently 3:05. Now, as you guys can probably see, you are seeing me from a different angle, and that is because I have installed a monitor on my table, which is going to help drastically in saving my vision, as just working on a laptop with such a small screen is just making me more blind. And that is the last thing I want to do for my health, because this is going to be a longevity game. And if I can't sustain my vision or my back problems or my general health, then there's no point of enjoying success. So, yes, investing in this monitor did cost some money, etc. But overall, this is going to be a long-term investment that is going to just help me out in so many ways possible. But today, I do want to talk about something that I had come across my mind today at the gym. And I realized something is that I am not surrendering to gratitude, to just being happy when I'm by myself at the gym. And my first conclusion, or what I thought was the reason for this, is because before, when I stepped into the gym environment, I had always been kind of unhappy. I had been always insecure. And therefore, I feel like because I had stepped into my gym as that sad person, I should still hold up to that persona. And that if I suddenly smile all of a sudden and just act happy, then I somewhat kind of feel like if people are going to look at me weird because I have always been known, or I think I have been known as the, just the normal guy, right? The not so happy guy, not so friendly, etc. But deep down inside, I am actually very happy, right? Stepping into the gym, I do want to smile. I do want to just be friendly and just mostly just surrender to how I actually feel. And that is very positive feelings. But because I have this thinking that I have to be a certain type of way because this was the person before, that if I suddenly become someone different, then people may judge me differently, etc. And honestly, guys, this is all excuses that is holding you back from just being free of your own emotions, to allow your mind to control your body and not let your body control your mind. Because quite frankly, I couldn't hold on to being sad at the gym no longer today. I let my smile out. I just relaxed. I released the tension in my muscles and I was just being myself. Although I wasn't being a total idiot and just smiling at everyone, I did reciprocate that smile when somebody looked at me and they gave me a positive welcoming, right? So, and the reaction I got from others is nothing but just joy, right? Nothing but just exchange of positive energy. So all this thinking in my mind that I had thought that I would be judged differently, etc., was just all BS, right? It was just all BS that is holding me back from making a change in my life. Because our body likes to stay the same. And if we want to change, if we threaten our normalness, our routines, then our body will do everything in its power to stop us from changing. It will play games, it will pull tricks on our mind, and if our body is guided by our mind, then we are going to scrum to those thinking. We're going to scrum to those beliefs. But sometimes you don't have to listen to your thoughts. Just let your thoughts guide you. Right? Let your thoughts, how you actually feel, guide you. Don't let these false preconceptions or these false ideas hold you back from being who you want to be, because the chances are nobody is going to judge you for being yourself. Nobody is going to judge you for being happy, right? If deep down inside you want to smile at that person, if deep down inside you want to go approach someone and say hi, go do it, right? At the end of the day, if they judge you, if they turn you down, whatever, just that's not personal, right? Nothing in life is personal. Nobody in life is out there to get you. And this is one thing I learned very important during my sales or my attempts at sales, is that nobody is rejecting you for you, but they are rejecting you because you are not a good fit in their life at the moment. So yes, you may come off awkwardly. Yes, you may come off as not the best of yourself at the moment, but nobody does, right? You have to fail and learn and understand where you went wrong in life so that you could be better. But if you never try, if you never just smile and be yourself and approach someone or do whatever it is in life you want to do, then you're never going to get out of that fear, that danger zone where you never make a change for yourself. And you think that your life is going to be like that forever because you never made the courage to step out of your life. You never made the courage to step out of your past thinking and stay present and really capture this moment to make a future that is going to be different. So this definitely has to do all with presence, because today I only allowed myself to scrum to my positive emotions is because I was present. I meditated before I went to the gym. I was present, and therefore I didn't have all this weird thinking in my head stopping me back from being myself. I just simply was present to be myself. And honestly, guys, nothing could have been better because I like to be happy. And that's the blame truth. I don't want to play as this person, as the tough guy or the person who's, acting all hard and stuff because he has to hold back his emotions or whatever. Like, yeah, maybe before I was trying to be that type of person because I was in this industry, etc. But that being tough, being trying to be a tough guy, it's never fun, guys. It's never fun because whether you're a man or a girl, you have to just listen to your emotions. And if you are happy, express that. If you're sad, express that. If you're whatever, you have to express it because that is the only way to allow your mind to control your body and not let your body control your mind. That is the only way to stay present, right? To stay present, to give in to the world and the universe, to scrum to the realities and let that present moment make a future that you had always have been manifesting, because that is the way to really deliver a different future for yourself and not be held back by your past and to live in the present moment. But that being said, I have something interesting today, as in a few hours I'll be attending my first wrestling match. Not a full-on match, but a wrestling training thing, session, etc. Definitely outside of my comfort zone, but I did sign up to this mixed martial arts. So there's just this is a mixed martial arts gym to just try it out. My friends going there, so I thought, you know what, let me just tag along, see what it is about, what I can learn. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. Of course, this is something totally new for me. I was reluctant to do this because at the end of the day, who would like to pay someone to get punched in the face? But I do think this is something I want to learn, and I'm going to see how this goes. But hope everything's well for you guys, and I'm going to see you guys around tonight when I come back from this amazing training session. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how everything has been going, but everything's great so far. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So guys, the time is currently 8:50 p.m. and I just came back from wrestling. It was my first session, tried it out, and at first I was a bit anxious because everybody seemed like they would know what they were doing. They were running drills, and I felt like the kid that got left out. But I just pulled myself back into the moment and really just followed along and tried my best. And at the end of the day, I did enjoy it. However, I do feel like that this may not necessarily be the only thing I want to do if I am trying to learn perhaps a self-defense skill, etc. So I'm going to sign up to another gym where there's more versatility and I could try different things, etc. Because my aim is not to go pro. It is to simply just learn some basics, some fundamentals, and just kind of do a little bit of cardio also. So I think signing up to a gym where there's other options, different classes to try out will be more ideal for my purpose anyways. But today, by going outside this comfort zone, by staying present to make this new discovery, to create this new experience, my life trajectory has changed, of course, because if I have not tried this, then I would have been doing the same thing every single day. So I'm very grateful that my friend was able to give me this free trial for today, just today, and I really enjoyed it. So very glad I went, no regrets whatsoever, because this certainly has opened my eyes to a different possibility. Although my back at the moment does hurt a little bit, but this was an injury from lifting weights, so it's just started to flare back up. But other than that, today has been tremendously well. Staying present is really the key to break free from procrastination and to break free from just any bad behaviors or routines you have automated over your life. Because without being present, you won't have the chance to do something different. Without being present with all that present energy, you're going to feel weak, you're going to be easily distracted, you just don't feel like you have control over yourself. And when you feel like you don't have control, then the actions and the choices you make will seem or be as if you have no control. So always be present and recenter yourself when you feel like you have become distracted. And over time, you will build the discipline to start doing the things that is going to give you a new experience. And sometimes the easier route to take is by having a plan. So when you are focused, when you are present, you know exactly what to do next that is going to break you free from your habitual habits. That being said, this is all I have to say for today. And I do hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll always be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.